Hello, everybody. Hello. Can you hear me? There's a plane in the flight. There's a second plane flying. Hello, my friends. So today, as I do the tour early, many European, I guess, now many Canadians and Americans, apart if some of you wake up very early, so around 7 to 8 or 6. So, but I've programmed, in fact, the early morning tour about subjects which are more about the European, the UK and French uh, part of the D-Day. So, you know, connection can be always a little bit weird with the countryside. There's many people on the side. We are the very day of the anniversary, so obviously can be a little bit tough. So let me prepare myself. Like, now I'm ready. You're going to see me like that for 4 days. Just when I will be in the museum of the Bayeux, or when I don't do the D-Day, I would be like that. But when I do the D-Day, you will see me with my cap, okay? So it's mean that will be the time of the D-Day tours. Thank you, Lauren. Oh yes, have you seen Lauren? I see Australia. I program tours at 11 a.m. and 2 a.m. and 2 p.m. Because you always complain in Australia, Oceania that I'm not online early because always I do the tour by 4, 5, 6, something like that. So you see, you have got something like 4 or 5 tours earlier in the morning, so that at least you can see part of the event. So that I thought it was nice to be also with numerous people and who can join and who couldn't join last year when I did it. So, my friend, let's start the tour and just explain you a quick location where we are. So, let me, if I think I've got an image, uh, I did, I, yes, I did add. So, I'm going to post it. So, just keep it, this image. I'm going to use it for quite often. You can see this is where we had the D-Day from the sea. So it means we have got two sectors, the American sectors that will be on Wednesday and Thursday, and the UK, Canadian, and French sectors where we are today and tomorrow. It's been the east part, and the American are at the west part. Okay, just to give you a quick idea. So if you can see the image I just posted a little bit before. So, and if you come to that image, we will see that today we are next to Juno. So today we're going to do 3 tours, which are all in the same location, which are in between Juno Beach and Sword Beach. This is the complete east part of the D-Day. At that time, we have got under the English generals Montgomery. We have got all the units which are going to go on 3 locations: Gold, mainly English; Juno, Canadian; Sword, English and French. So right now, the 2 first tours are about Sword Beach. So we are here now at the Pegasus Bridge Memorials, and then we will go to Ouistreham, where we have got the French troops led by the English Lord Lovat of the commando which arrived. So what the point of the Allies to do the attack where we are right now? So you have got 2 locations. You have got Ouistreham, where it's a beach, so the people landed by boat, and you have got here in the countryside, in Ranville, 2 bridges which were very important. So they couldn't be reached by the seaside, of course, because the Germans were at the seaside. So they have been reached by the air. So this here arrived the 6th Airborne division, which is a division made by the soldiers of the Buckinghamshires and Oxfordshires, which were led by General Gales, which is a division counted 9,000 soldiers. And from this division, at least 1,000 died during this very battle. Altogether, 1,200 gliders have been used to bring the airborne division. Okay, so that's just to give you the big pictures. So why taking the bridge? Because we are just at a river which is going to Caen in Normandy, which was the main part for the German, which we have got the headquarters of the German. So the important thing was to go to Caen very quickly. But we all know about the 6th of June because this is the first day of the D-Day. But you have to know it takes them nearly a month to be able to arrive to Caen. So it has been a very long battle. It hasn't been at all an easy walk to go from here to Caen. But the first thing was to block the German to go to the seaside of Swords. So we needed to get the control of the bridges and we needed to add some more bridges. That's what we're going to see right now. Okay? So let me turn my gimbal. Come here. And here we are in the museum of the Memorial Pegasus. And the bridge you see in front of us, this is the original one. So now we are not at the river because we are at the memorials. Okay, so I'm going to show you some piece of the army for you to understand a little bit more. And then we will go on the river where the real bridge, not the real one, but where the new bridge is. And where also we have the gliders which arrive here. Ah, that's good, Hunter. Congrats to him. So he may have helped my father. So you see, this is a bridge which is moving like that. So when the bridge is in that position, horizontal, let the car go on it, and then you can pull up the bridge like that. To make the boat pass by. Okay. So in the 9th of the 5th of June, before the start of the landing of the troops on the beaches, on the night on the 5th of June by 3 a.m. arrived here, 3 gliders led by Major Howard. And Major Howard had to take the bridge, and he took the bridge in less than 10 minutes. That has been an incredible things because they arrived in the complete silence of the night. Nobody heard them arriving, and when they landed here, they just killed very quickly the German. But after that, they are going to suffer from the counter attack of the German. So here, let's have a look at some of the army stuff which are in the museum, which are not specially from this battle, but which have been used. This is an half track. So this was very useful because it was used. You see you in the front, and you've got chain in the back. So meaning it can go to many different type of field. And here you've got a weapon which is there. That's not a weapon. This is a couple. Here is a weapon. This is something that you could put on the half track, for instance, and so it was used to go against the airplane. So it's called M45 quad mount. M45 quad mount. So it was added on the half track, so like that they could shoot on the airplane when the airplane was attacking. So you see, we're in the middle of the countryside. We're in Normandy, by the way. So we are in the north part of France. So this is the real original bridge, okay? The bridge, as I said, has been moved here because they needed to make a longer one because the river gets wider. So they dismantled that one and they rebuilt it here. Here you've got a 40 millimeters gun, which has been used by the English army, but which is originally coming from Sweden. And you see here, you've got a little map explaining you how the two bridge. So we are here at that bridge, and there was another bridge. So in fact, the gliders arrive here, some other gliders arrive here, and the idea was to control that bridge and to stop the German here. That sounds simple, but of course, with a battle, it's not as simple as it is. So you see, we have got a lot of commemoration, and so a lot of peoples come here to put the tribute to the vets who died here. So whenever we will be there, you must never forget. And some of you said your relatives, family, fathers, uncle, or who else have came here. Some of you, some of your family, like my father, came back, and but some didn't come back. So we always have to think and always keep just couples of seconds of silence, just to remember that all the people, these young guys, who died for our liberty. I will make a brief stop like that at each memorials for us to have a thought about these guys. So we're going to walk on the bridge in when we will be out of the museum. So I don't pass by the this one. And also the we needed more bridges than only these two ones. So the English engineering uh, created a bridge named Bailey, uh, like like the alcohol, the Baileys. They are called the Bénouville Bridge, and you see it's a little pass rail which allow the people to go through the river. So it was very quick and very easy to bring, and so like that you could easily pass from one side of the river to the other side of the river. That was very important because Sword was the eastern point of the D-Day. After that, it's going to the not anymore Normandy, but you are going to arrive after that to the Hauts-de-France, to the Pas-de-Calais, and to the north of France, but the complete north. So the German to avoid the German troops arriving from the north and the east of France, of course, to come back here and to bring some reinforcement. Oh, good, Vicky. So we needed to bring lot of stuff. So one bridge or two bridge were not enough. So you see, we added on the river this kind of bridge, which were in three parts every time. So the lorry was ploop, 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 ploop. I don't know how to say that, but was putting the bridge and then another on the other side another one, and then they were putting piece of food. So like that, the cars and the lorry could cross the river. Ah, okay, with the rail engineer, yes. You know, the engineer did a lot of incredible stuff because without them, the D-Day wouldn't have been possible. Of course, then we needed people on the field, but the people on the field needed some tech support. So let's carry on our visit and to see one of these gliders. And I'm going to show you part of the real one but it's in a window, so you don't see so much. But you see this part, this is one of the authentic um, part of the Orsa. This gliders is named Orsa. So this is a Orsa. So 1,200 of these gliders. Gliders mean no powered by no engine, but just you had a Halifax airplane who was pulling up the Hossa, and then the Hossa was left alone, and then without any noise was able to land in many different. But you see, the Hossa was very not very. How can I say? It's a piece of wood. Okay, it's a tube of wood. Look at that. You see, it's just wood, and then you put wood around it. But you know, it's nothing very protected. So if there is any German plane, which come here and attack the Hossa with bullets, they are going to destroy it. And here you've got complete Hossa. So let's have a look at it. Yes, very vulnerable. You see, because like that it looks, but it's just wood. So you know, with a bullet, you go through the. So this is the English sign. We could think the French one because blue, white, and red sounds like French, but this is English because you have to read from the center to the outside. So red, blue, and white. And the three marks you've got here were meaning it was one of the plane of the D-Day. So like that, the other pilot could easily recognize any D-Day plane. So look at the size of the Osa. So an Osa like that can bring 30 men. So here in Pegasus landed three Osa, means 90 men reached the land at night, and they had to keep the control of the bridge with only 90 men till the reinforcement was going to arrive from the seaside. But that was going to take a little bit long because they were battling at the seaside. The next tour would be at the seaside of the battle. Yes, balsa wood, very light wood, something which is also you can put on the water and you can use for the boat too. So let's have a look how it is inside. It's a replica, yes, but based on a real one which has been completely redone. So you see how it was inside. So you see here a real size of the soldiers. There's a man who is complaining to his kid. That's why you hear somebody crying. Here you've got the place with the two pilots. So that's not the American one, okay? Because the American, when we will go to the on Thursday, when we go to Sainte Mère l'Église, we see the museum with the American gliders, and this is not. So this is the English one. Don't forget, we are in the English sector. You see, 30 men was inside, and when the Hosa was landed, he could you have got two type of Hosa, one for men's and one which was bigger to bring materials inside, like for instance lorries or guns and things like that. And so the one which was bringing the materials, in fact, was opening by the front. So it's like you see, if it's here like a tin, sorry, a can, sorry, you just uh, take the first part and you just open it like that, and then you can you can bring out lorries and things like that. But that's for the big one. The small one, like this one, is only for soldiers, 30 men inside. You can see there's somebody, there's a lady standing. You can see the side of it. Oh, look at the airplane passing by. Another one. You see, my friends, it's exactly like the D-Days. It's exactly like that that's happened. You know, the people suddenly in the morning just heard the noise of the planes which were which were flying from everywhere, and they saw the line and they said, "Oh my God, this is the D-Day. We are going to be free." So this is the name of all the soldiers who died. This is the name of all the soldiers who died at the Pegasus battle. So just watch them in silence. And you see they have got by the gliders. Here, for instance, glider number 4, Sergeant Lawrence, Sergeant Shorter, Coy, Lieutenant Sergeant Brown, Private Soldiers Dehan, Lieutenant Hooper, Sergeant Barquit, Caporal Batman, Caporal Goodsir, Caporal Ambrose, Hunt, Alwood, Private Alwood, Clive Everett, Gardner. Glider number 3. So just always keep in memories. They gave our lives for our freedom. So we are going to go out of the museum in a couple of minutes, and we are going to go to the bridge to see the location of the battle. Okay. So this is an anti-tank gun. It's a 70-pounder, 17 powders. I just said that for the people who are keen about the type of ammunition, but a part of that won't means a lot for you. This is the bridge where we go. You see the bridge which is just behind us. This is an image of after the Tommies kept the bridge, and you can see here the bridge is taken, and you can see here in the field the 3 horses, the 3 gliders, which arrived. So you see the gliders arrive 50 meters from the bridge with no noise, and the German didn't at all realize that the troops were there in the middle of the night. Here you've got another guns, which is a pounder field gun, a 25 pounder field. So you see a little bit more big ammunition than the one before. And the statue you've got here is about the generals who created this airborne division. And so this is a statue given to James Hill. And James Hill was the general of brigade, and it's him who created this airborne division. And of course, he was here the day of the freedom. And he came back, and this statue has been inaugurated with the general himself. It was, and that he came here with the Prince of Wales. So you had the jubilee of your queen, and you see this is some of the. That's after the D-Day, and that's when he came back for the statue. It's him here. And that's a very important tank. We're going to speak about it when we'll be to all the beach. This is a Centaur, the char called Centaur. Centaur tank, also named MK4. And this char, this one is Vidette. This is the name of the char. All the char have got a name, so this one is a Vidette. And that char has been very important because the Germans have got bunkers, the Germans have got strong position made of reinforced concrete, and the soldiers were destroyed by them till the beach were left, and they could bring out of the boat the Centaur char. And that's one of the MK4 Centaur who has been so important in the battle. And look at it, because we're going to speak quite often about it. So that was served by the Royal Marines. And there were 5 guys on board. Oh, look, the bridge is up. Look at that. That's the new bridge. Look, you see, look, the bridge is up. That's fantastic. They just opened the bridge. Do you see the bridge up? It means the boats are passing. Let's go. Let's have a look. That's great. We just at the time when the bridge is up. Well, it means we can't cross, but at least we can see it. So we passed by the museum to go out. I was inside the museum. And here you've got some. So this is the whole museum about the battle, okay? But that's lots of pictures, lots of information. Like if you see lots of the, you see like the brand made in Czechoslovakia in Brno, and of course the Vickers machine gun used by 3 soldiers. And you see, look the gliders here. You see the big gliders could have tank and guns and areas on board. You see that the gliders we saw, the soldiers were going by the small one, if I can say, and then you have got the big one, and it's the big one open from the front, and you can have guns and cars inside. You can hear the bagpipe, no? So let's go to the bridge now. So you may hear lots of English words around me because lots of English people came this year because last year they couldn't due to the pandemic, and this year. So we're going to see where the gliders landed, and then we're going to see the where the bridge was. So the original bridge, don't forget, is inside the museum. And nowadays we have got a new one, which is right here. And you see the bridge, as I told you, the bridge go up when it needs to let the boat pass by. So the cars you see outside are not part of the museum, but there is many people which are coming, and they are wearing uniforms, they are wearing hats, and they are coming with cars, and they are fans, uh, because of their relative or family, and they are coming from all over the world, and they are visiting, and they are giving their tribute to the D-Day. So you see the cars are lining, and just because the bridge is up. Incredible sight now. So you can imagine if the Germans would have destroyed that bridge, it means we couldn't. You have to get that, The Airborne Division of the Screaming Eagles on the 81st of the American in Sainte-Mère-l'Église, and the 6th Airborne Division of the UK troops, plus the commando of with the French Kiefer commando. If they didn't do that, the rest of the day would have been even a nightmare, even more than that, because they stopped the capacity of the Germans to come and to arrive here, and so taken to be inside, and then taking the strong position before the battle was something which was absolutely uh, important. And that's the uniform of the Oxfordshire. I told you the uniform, they have got 2 uniforms. They have got the Oxfordshires and the Berkshires. And you see on his shoulders, he has got He has got the Pegasus, which is the name of the bridge, Pegasus Bridge. Okay, and he's wearing the uniform of the airborne division of that time. Yes, it's a bigger copy of the original bridge. You saw the original bridge in the museum, and that's a copy. But it's the same one, just a little bit longer than the first one. Happily, I'm that side of the bridge because imagine, then how do I go to Ouistreham for the next tour if I'm blocked here? My car is parked that side of the bridge. So let's go to the place where um, uh, the gliders arrived. Somebody said before, and I do completely agree with that. Somebody said it's such a peaceful place. Yes, it is a peaceful place. But during all the tour that we're going to pass by, you're going to see people which are sunbathing when we're at the seaside. You will see people which are just happy and taking a good time. But we must never forget that that night, it wasn't that. That night, it was such a nightmare, and people lost their lives here. So you see, this is the first gliders arrive here. So you have got three spots like that, one here, and another one over there. And the pilots of these gliders are remarkable because they reach just 50 meters from the bridge. Yes, this is the original location of the battle where we are now. That's where the gliders landed, and that's Major John Howard, who was at, who was leading the this group of 19 paratroopers. That's his name, Major Major John Howard. He arrived here at 3 a.m. with 90 guys, 30 guys per leader. Here you've got the second glider. So the three gliders were very. I don't know if I've got an image for that. Uh, no, I've just got when they. Uh, I've just got an image when they were preparing themselves before the battles. You see, that's before they left. Uh, no, the bridge is still up. Hola, my camera is going down. But my camera is going down, but not the bridge. At the second gliders, which arrive here, and of course there is a contribution. There was a ceremony an hour ago, and I post on Instagram. If you go to my Instagram or on my Facebook, you will see the bagpipers. Why the bagpipers? Because Lord Lovat, with his commando, after and with the French commando Kiefer, after they succeeded to go out from Sword Beach, they came here to reinforce. And Lord Lovat walked from Sword Beach to here, which is about an hour and a half walking. And he arrived here, so a couple of hours after, to help the 90 soldiers which were here. And the Germans were fighting, and Lord Lovat said, well, I don't care. I want we arrive here as brave. So he had with him a bagpipers, and the bagpipers start playing the music. And he start uh, making music with the bagpipes. And you can imagine that Lord Lovat arrived with his troops by that side of the river. He arrived by here. You can't imagine that he arrived by here with his soldiers on foot from Ouistreham, where we will go next. And he walked here, arriving to the bridge. You see the bridge is over there, and he made the music with with the bagpipers. And if you have seen the movie The Longest Day, you have seen that in the movie you have seen that scene when he was doing the bagpipe. I don't know if I've got it in my. Let me see. I'm not sure I've got that. Wait, just hold on. Maybe I have got it here. That's the arrival of the troops. That's from the movie The D-Day, The Longest Day. I don't know if you can see. You see, this is the gliders. 1, 2, 3, and that's exactly where we are now. I just go to the shed. Foot up, because the gliders is going to land. You see the bridge is over there, and the gliders are going to land here. Yes, he was a Scot. So that's of course not a real. It's a movie. D-Day, The Longest Day. Remarkable film, remarkable movie. Hello to Michigan, Tina. And so you see that's where this has happened. One glider here, and the glider we saw in the movie is the first one, the one which arrived at the location we were. My friend, I'm not sure we are going to be able to cross the river during the tour because the bridge is still up. So no, so I won't be able to cross apart if the bridge go down in the couples of seconds. You know, we are live, okay? So we never that kind of things can happen, no? The second gliders. But anyway, you've seen many things. I just wanted to go to show you, if I could, the second side of the second part of the other side of the village, which is in between the two bridges. So here you've got one bridge, but you've got another one the other side. And the other side, you have got a cafe, which is belonging to the family Gondier. And this cafe, in fact, is a real resistance war hero. Two peoples which prepared everything and helped after that the troops. So after Major Howard and his troops could get the control of the bridge, they went to the village and they put the headquarters in the restaurant of the Gondier family. And that's where, after that, the Gondier also made some sabotage to avoid the German to be able to come back. And here you've got all the flag of all the countries which have been taking part of the D-Day. French, of course. You can see United Kingdom. So with United Kingdom, we should add some Irish, some Welsh, and some Scot flag, of course, because even they are all unified underneath the United Kingdom. We must never forget that it's not only England, but Wales, Scotland, and Ireland. Yes, after that, the Belgium, then the Polish, the American, the Netherlands, the Norwegian, the Canadians, which is not the Canadians is missing a bit of. Okay, here come the Canadians and the European flag. So the last 10 minutes was supposed to be the other side of the bridge. So you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a zoom because obviously the bridge won't pass. But on the other hand, the boat can pass. You see, because that goes to the sea. At the end of the river, you will have the sea. So this side is the earth, Okay, you've got a fabulous castle over there, Castle of Blanville, and once all the chief of state who came for the, for the anniversary, they had a banquet in that castle over there. And you see the other side of the river. Just go down to the river. So it's called La Dive, this river here, which is going to the sea. Hopla, I mustn't fall down. So this is the river. And that side of the river here, you have got a cafe, which was part of the Gondré family. I don't know if you can see when I zoom on it. You see the Gondré. I'm not sure it's moving. Café Gondré. And this is where the family, the men's and the women's, help so much to prepare the coming of the troops. And the general girls make a donation and open a museum and giving a letter to say without this Gondré family, we wouldn't have been to reach this part of we won't have been to achieve the battle. Yes, I can swim. That's true, but I'm carrying lot of things. A camera, gimbal, extra batteries, two phones, and you see I'm by the side of the river. See, I mustn't fall down because I'm very at the edge. And you see the bridge is here. Boats, sailing boats, yes, but no rowing. Have you seen a rowing boat? Yes, you could do rowing, but haven't seen. I can show you also the guns, the first gun that the troops took on that side of the river. So here in the memorials, they are going to see quite often that kind of memorials, which is like a bone, a kilometer's bone, that you find all over the roads, called the Liberation Road. And here you have got the gun, which was protecting. That gun has been taken by the troops of Major Howard when they were protecting the bridge. The bridge is very, very important because the bridge is with taking the bridge, the German couldn't anymore go from one side of the river to the other side, so couldn't send reinforcement. And after that, controlling the bridge and controlling all the bridge on the way would let the Allies to be able to go to Caen. And Caen was the main target because that's where the German had the headquarters. So the bridge has got a big machinery, and that is turning like that, going down when the bridge goes down. So you've got everywhere some official people. The boats are coming. So I think they are waiting the boats. Look, the boats are arriving from the sea. I think the bridge will close when the boat will pass. It means after the end of the tour. I see the boat. The boats are arriving from the sea. From Can you hear the bagpipe? Ah, something like 10 minutes, I think, before they reopen it. There's a bagpipe cuz I can see him. I can just try to zoom on it. So you see, this is representing the bagpipes. I think you can hear the horn from the boats, no? Here they are. I see there's a second boat passing by, and the crew is waving their hand. The bagpipers is applaudized. So my friends, it's already 47, so I will have to stop the tour here. So we couldn't pass the other side, but you know, it's happily we saw the real bridge inside the museum, so you have you can imagine how the bridge is. So my friends, I hope you enjoyed this first tour. There is going to be 11 tours. So thank you to be with me. Thank you also for a donation, because it's quite a hard trip to come here for me. Being 3 days to the hotel, renting a car, and so quite a big business to arrive here, living home for 4 days, making wife unhappy. Well, it's a bit of freedom too. 4 days of freedom. So I hope you enjoyed these tours, and I hope you enjoyed the first visit. So in exactly 2 hours, we will have another tour, and that one will be at Ouistreham, which is the location where we have got the Sword Beach. So it means where the place with the commando keyfair. So we try to go to see the museum of the Mur de l'Atlantique, so the Atlantic walls, and then to go to the seaside to see our first seaside and to pay tribute to the French commando who died there. I will explain you that when we will be there, and who then after that load the rest of the troops arriving here and be able to go, of course, to here Bénouville and Ranville to be able to take the bridge. So thank you, my friends. See you in Ouistreham, and then especially for our Canadian friends, we'll go tonight at 7 p.m. French time, so it's going to be late for some of you and going to be early and good time for some other. At 7 p.m. we will go to Juno Beach, and we'll go to our first cemetery. We're going to visit 3 cemeteries during this tour. We're going to pay a tribute today to the Canadian. Tomorrow we will go to the British one, and Wednesday we will go to the American one. So like that we will have cover the 3 most important cemetery of this neighborhood. My friend, thank you so much to having with me. Take a great care of yourself, and see you in 2 hours for the next tour. Thank you, Maria, Valerie, and all the other ones for your donation, and thank you to having with me. Take care, and say to everybody, there is great tours about D-Days. And now at 4 p.m., start a tour with Stefan van den Meer, and he's making a tour about a Holocaust camp And so Stefan and me are joining together to make you this tribute to the Second World War. So if you can go now, you can watch. Waiting for my next tour at 4 p.m. There is a tour of Stefan. Thank you so much. Bye bye.